Dana katang, sila katang, kamanang adinavang, okarang sankilesang, nekkamme anisansang pakaseti. Good morning, everybody. Today I am very happy to be here with you and share something from the Buddha's teaching. Actually, when I asked Bhante Vinita to discuss a special topic, he informed me discuss something about relevant with dana. Dana means the charity, the English word charity or generosity. As it appears in Buddhist literature, the present Buddha or the Buddha Gautama, he started his journey under the feet of Buddha Dipankara, practicing generosity, dana. After that, until King Vesantara, he completed just 10 perfection in Theravada tradition. How many perfection in Mahayana tradition? 6 perfection. The first one in Theravada as well as in Mahayana tradition called Dana Paramita, the perfection of generosity, the perfection of charity. Do you see any importance of practicing generosity or charity in Buddhist tradition? Do you have any idea or do you see any importance? What is the importance? What is your understand about practicing generosity, practicing charity?
It's to go against our greed, our
yes.
natural greed, so to fight our natural tendency to be
to want things. Yeah, basically it is it goes against greedy. That is a very important thing, and therefore the Buddha always emphasize to his disciple to practice generosity. Without completing generosity, no one can become an awakened person, enlightened person. Whether maybe the Buddhist monk or a lay person, without completing generosity cannot achieve the final liberation. Actually, in Buddhist literature, especially in the Buddhist canon, there are a number of places where the Buddha explained the importance of generosity. Especially when a new person came to Buddha to ask about something relevant with this human planet, something relevant with spiritual world, the Buddha explained his understanding and then he explained a gradual way to be a spiritual person. So that is the sentence I uttered earlier. Dana katang, sila katang. Dana katang, the Buddha first introduced the talk relevant with dana. Because of, as you mentioned, it is very important point. It is very important junction that a mind of person to change. Suppose some people never practice generosity. There are a number of people even in right moment around this world who never practice generosity, charity. When we give something, some people really appreciate it because of their minds have changed, their minds have oriented into certain direction. So that is the reason the Buddha introduced the charity, generosity first for some of his newcomers. Dana katang, then sila katang, the talk that relevant with morality. When the mind of that person already oriented, already changed, then he is more concerned in spiritual world. Then he is going to practice morality, virtue. And Kamanang Adinavang, further he can understand what is the nature, what is the reality, what is the authenticity of sensual pleasure. Without charity, without morality, without virtue, then nobody can understand the reality of sensual pleasure. Okarang Sankilesang, further he can understand the reality of these 5 faculties, 5 organs. And then that person, Nekkamme Anisansang means, then lastly the Buddha mentioned the result, the good result of renunciation. Without renunciation, mostly nobody can achieve liberation. Suppose the Buddha's disciple, 99% of them, the person like us, the monks, very few lay people achieve liberation in the time of the Buddha without renunciation. Therefore, renunciation is very important. But we can see the way that Buddha introduced different people. Suppose the Buddha's 5 disciples. Immediately after enlightenment, the Buddha went to Benares and addressed the 5 disciples, 5 monks. Here we cannot see the Buddha, he never introduced the generosity, morality, sensual pleasure, but he used an advanced way, and he advised those 5 disciples to abandon 2 extremes, self-indulgence as well as self-mortification, and to follow the middle path. Because of those disciples, they have completed 10 perfection in their previous lives. Therefore, if anybody already has completed 10 perfection, no need to introduce it again, because of they have the original seed to renunciate as well as immediately achieve liberation. That is the reason mostly the Buddha's disciples like us don't concern with that way. That gradual way mostly concerned with lay people. Okay, is it clear? And there are a number of ways to practice generosity. Do you think how we can practice generosity? What kind of thing that we can give up? Yeah.
You can give the money.
Money.
You can give Dhamma Talk.
Yeah, Dhamma Talk.
You can give the work, donate your time.
Yeah, donate time.
Your body.
Yeah, your body.
That's all.
Yeah, a number of ways. In Pali literature, it explains anna, pana, yana, like that. We can offer, we can give food, beverage, cloth, lodging, etc. in 10 ways. We call that kind of generosity amisha-dana. Amisha-dana is the material things. Generally, sometimes without any difficulties, we can practice amisha-dana, the material thing, giving up, how to give the material things. And the second one, abhaya-dana. Have you heard the abhaya-dana? Abhaya, what is the meaning of bhaya? In Pali language as well as in Sanskrit language, what is the meaning of bhaya? Bhaya means the fear. Bhaya means fear. Abhaya means its opposition. Abhaya means non-fear. Fearlessness. How we can practice fearlessness? Is there any way? Do you have any idea?
Through love.
Through to love. How we can love? We can send text message, I love you, like that. Actually, you know the 5 precepts.
Yeah.
Not to kill, not to steal, not to lie,
Sexual misconduct.
sexual conduct, and not to take any intoxicant. Actually, there is a very special sutta, Abhisanda Sutta. Abhisanda means the plowing. The Buddha mentioned, if anybody practice these 5 precepts, that person give the society non-fear or fearlessness. What is the reason? If we try to harm, if we try to hurt, if we try to kill any kind of sentient being, what happens? Do we practice non-violence, non-fear or fearlessness? No. If we practice not to kill, definitely we impart, we give non-fear, fearlessness to number of sentient beings. Suppose the pets in our homes. When we take a stick, sometimes maybe cats, dogs or some kind of animal, they know that we are going to harm them. They also have sense. They also able to understand how fear, how hurt comes to them. Therefore, if we practice non-killing, not to kill, that we are practicing non-violence, non-fear, fearlessness. Basically, if anybody practice those 5 precepts, he is practicing Abhayadana. Abhayadana means non-fearlessness. Okay, that is the way basically how to practice Abhayadana. And the third one we call, as he mentioned, Dharmadana, the Dhammadana. That is the most important charity, generosity, as mentioned by Buddha in number of places. Why? Sometimes without material generosity, we cannot be spiritual people, spiritual person. Without non-fear or fearlessness, we cannot be spiritual people. Interestingly, in order to be real spiritual people, we have to practice Dharmadana, giving the Buddha's teaching to other people, sharing the Buddha's teaching with other people. Because of Dharma means a certain code that help to develop, elevate spirituality in someone, isn't it? Who was the most excellent, who was the most important person that practice Dharmadana? Can you guess who was the most excellent, who was the most important person?
Monks?
Huh?
Monks?
Monks also. Further, Dalai Lama. Buddha. The Buddha was the most excellent person that practiced Dharmadana. Why? What is the reason?
That is giving.
Giving. Suppose the Buddha is the fully awakened person, fully enlightened person. Suppose he didn't share his knowledge, we call Dharma. What happened to us?
No Buddhism.
No Buddhism. No Buddhism. Therefore, the Buddha was the most excellent, most foremost person that practiced Dharmadana. Even he passed away before 2662 years, still we are practicing his Dharmadana. Without Buddha, no Dharma. Without Dharma, no spirituality. Therefore, the teaching of the Buddha is most helpful to be nice people and finally achieve liberation. Okay? Again, when we concern the material, practicing material, the charity, the Buddha mentioned number of things or good result. If anybody give maybe food or something, that person gives, we call Ayu, Varna, Sapa, Bala, Prajna. Ayu means the life span, the longevity. And Varna means the body complexion. Sapa, Sukha means the comfort, maybe luxurious vehicle, luxurious home, expensive clothes, etc. Bala means the physical strength. Prajna or Panya means the wisdom. Actually, those are the 5 things that everyone has. We have those things because of we have practiced the material charity in our previous lives. Suppose the people around us, some people not enough life span, not enough body complexion, not enough physical strength, not enough comfort. Some people no homes, no place to sleep, and some people definitely not have enough knowledge, no enough wisdom. These 5 things could be changed by practicing generosity according to Buddha's teaching. That is the reason the Buddha always encourage his disciple to practice any kind of charity. And then the Buddha introduces Dana, Sila, Bhavana for average people like you. And Sila, Samadhi, Panya, the Buddha's disciple like us. Dana, Sila, Bhavana, as he mentioned, when we practice Dana, then it is against greediness. Why we have to eliminate, why we have to reduce greediness? Is there any reason?
Less attachment on it.
Yeah, less attachment. Because of our brains not to wired to give up something, always receive something. When we practice generosity, charity, then we have less attachment. Let our greediness reduce by practicing generosity. And most importantly, we can understand about other people. Suppose sometimes you have idea, you have experience, some people never like to give up something. Definitely those people don't feel about other people. If we practice generosity more and more, we have more feeling about other people, not only people, about all sentient beings. So that's why 10 perfection or 6 perfection is very important, which start with generosity. When we reduce our greediness, then we have less hatred. The first one, greed, and the second one, hatredness. When we practice more and more the greediness, we have less hatredness. Isn't it? Yes. Suppose if we collect more and more, then we have more greediness as well as more hatred. Suppose we have 1 home, 2 homes, 3 homes, we are more hatred. Because of we think everything should belong to us. But when we practice charity, then we have less greediness as well as less hatredness. And thirdly, moha. Moha means the delusion. As we practice charity or generosity, we have less delusion. Gradually, we have to practice this way: greed, hatred, and delusion. In order to reduce greed, hatred, and delusion, definitely we have to practice charity or generosity. Without practicing charity, nobody able to eliminate greed, hatred, and delusion. Greed, hatred, and delusion, when we completely eradicated, then we are able to achieve liberation. Is it clear? So actually there are a lot of things to discuss about charity. I think right now that's enough. If you have any question, you can ask. If you have to explain something, any comments, now it is time.
Thank you for the Dharma you've been giving us. I think I've been making this question a couple of times, probably more than two, and but I came to my mind again. The first is how Buddha, before he get Buddha, knew that the path was through meditation. Now I understand through generosity, because he left everything, all his possessions, he left it out. But how he went through meditation and find out that through meditation he's going to find enlightenment. And also how we in this environment we can work it out. I think I've been making more than twice, like I said. Don't kill sentient beings. There's cockroaches, mosquitoes, that sometimes I do it, you know, I mean, so, and when I'm killing them, I say, well, what I'm doing? So how we, even I've been heard some answer, but sometimes I can't figure out how to handle it. What you can say about these two particular topics?
Actually, there are a number of places in Vinaya Pitaka. Sometimes the Buddha's disciples, they observe the rainy retreats in number of places. Sometimes some dangers from like python, some kind of venomous snake. Sometimes very fearsome animals like tigers, lions, bears. The Buddha mentioned to leave those places because of the human life is precious. He never enacted, he never emphasized or advised to hurt or damage those sentient beings. And the Buddha mentioned how to clean a kuti, a room of a Buddha's disciple. And he explained systematically, gradually we have to remove whatever furniture inside the room, whatever carpet or any robes, we have to put them outside. If there is a spider or any kind of cockroach, we have to use the broom and we have to bring them down and we have to dispel them outside the room. That is the way. Actually, the spider may be venomous or harm or harmless, but we have to protect his life too. There is a certain ways not to practice killing, but to protect the lives of each and every sentient beings. Did you get the idea?
And how Buddha, I mean, knew that the path was through meditation, through how he start getting flash in their mind that was the path, that he gonna find enlightenment through meditation or generosity, all that, or he have a path, he have somebody who follow. I know that yogis already exist on those years, but before that there was no enlightenment person who follow, how Buddha follow this pattern.
The Buddha follow?
I think he's wondering how the Buddha figured it out, but the Buddha is the 28th Buddha. So there were 27 Buddhas before him that were enlightened, and he met them in his rebirths.
Actually, in my talk, very beginning I mentioned the Buddha Dipankara. He was the first Buddha in our Buddha lineage, and he got the revelation under that Buddha. Actually, after that, under 27 Buddhas, he got revelation. Maybe he had the seed. He had some kind of knowledge that he collected under those previous Buddhas. Anyway, actually, if you have time, please read the Arya Pariyesana Sutta. It explains how the Buddha gradually developed his knowledge until he become an awakened person. He himself elevated, and he himself knew, now I am going to this level, and now I am going to this level. Now I have completely eradicated all defilement, and now I am a Buddha. Even it happened to any person who become to liberation. He knows this level, up to this level, up to this level, now I have eradicated. When he completely eradicated all defilement, we call the asavakkaya jnana, then he know, now I am an awakened person. Only a person that came to that certain level, he knows, now I have come to this level, now I am a fully awakened person. I have achieved liberation.
Thank you for your talk. You said something at the very beginning about how dana will lead to, virtue, morality, and then letting go of central desire.
Yeah.
Can you say a little bit more about how we come to recognize, or what is it that we recognize or see about central desires that we start to let them go? What happens in that moment?
Actually, I mentioned that the practice in charity is a certain point to change the mind of some person. Then he maybe think twice, this is a good way, and then he become a virtuous person. When he became a virtuous person, his knowledge is advanced, and then he again rethink what is the nature of this human life. We call the sensual pleasure. Sensual pleasure means the eye, ear, nose, tongue, and physical body. According to Buddha's definition, just our faculties, organs working, and sometimes we follow those senses without any reason, without proper understand. Suppose when we see a very beautiful, very nice, very attractive, very impressive picture, sometimes we want it. But according to Buddha's definition, no reality. When we hear a sound, we want it. Taste, odor, physical contact. Just we are attracted without proper understanding. But if any person has advanced knowledge, advanced understanding, he rethink what is the reality of this sensual pleasure. In order to become that place, practicing charity is important. Practicing morality, virtue is important. When he got enough knowledge, then he think more, and he tried to become a renounced person. And when he become a renounced person, he is mostly close to liberation. fully spirituality. It is like a process. It's like a gradual way.
Thank you, Bhante.